Okay, let's see how this goes.
After eons of tyranny, the demon god Adir was finally overthrown by humanity. Though fear of his terrible power endured. And so was formed the hallowed Sentinels. Our duty being to stand vigil for signs of his return. Even exile to another realm could not silence the fallen god forever. And in time, Adir's malignant influence pervaded the world once more. In his hunger for vengeance, Adir orchestrated the return of his demonic army. Light was swallowed by shadow, and with it, hope. A new, grim champion arises. The Dark Crusader. And perhaps it will indeed come to pass that only they who shun the light in order to fight the darkness possess the power to defy a god.
Is this supposed to be a deer? Or just a powerful demon? I already like the moss. What interests you most in the game? The thing that interests me the most in the game, I think, is... Hold on. I think what interests me the most about this game is that it has this medieval fantasy setting that's similar to the Souls games. But I played about an hour into the game, and it reminds me a lot of Lies of P. The combat does, because you can parry, you can block, you can still dodge, and that is very much like a Liza P feeling to me. So I'm interested in just the combat, the overall setting. The story is, it's pretty generic. You're going out and trying to kill something bigger, which is very, a normal Souls-born and Souls-like theme, so that's not a surprise, but we are also going to start at the lowest level. I do like the Lies of P combat more than the Soulsborne games, yes. Because you can parry. And I really like parrying. And how you interact with your weapons. Really cool. Lies of P is top tier. I will be doing a full playthrough of this game, yes.
Boreas,
you know,
forgive me, and steer this weapon of deliverance to a worthier servant than I.
full playthrough of this, and then probably another full playthrough of Lies of P to get that recorded.
You never possessed the metal for this, Crusader. You failed.
Alright, I found though, like, it gets a little difficult with the controller a little bit, but with selecting certain things. But this is your basic loadout. This is your Hollow Knight. This is basically the actual, the guy that we see in all these cinematics. A stalwart knight whose loyalty to the cleric and the Hollowed Sentinels is matched only by the determination to destroy Adir and the Rogar. A class focused on physical prowess, bolstered by Radiance. So Radiance, I'm assuming, is just Radiant Magics. I like the design. I think it's cool. It is your basic knight archetype. A hardened champion from the land of Uderingur, who has proven themselves worthy of their people's honored rank of Warwolf by completing the requisite ancient trial, one which few survive. A devastating but lightly armored class driven by raw strength for good or evil. Key 1 hour character creation. It'll be a lot less. This is your typical strength build. A dutiful Morset fighter whose sorrow at the ruination of the kingdom by occupying forces only feels their defiant struggle in its name, whether fighting up close with their steel flail or from range with a crossbow. A strong and dependable all-rounder class. This is like your quality build. Good stats and strength and agility. Yeah, it's your quality combat class. A seasoned Mornstead foot soldier whose time in the mud and blood and tumult of battle taught them the value of agility, speed, and keeping the enemy at a distance. A class for those who favor dexterity and light defense over strength and bulkier armor. But for these other ones, it's just this guy reminds me of Bloodborne. It's just an elite ranger, forced of the fief of King Rengar, before a terrible curse born of grief lay waste to their home. An accessible class ideal for those who prefer versatility over a more focused approach. Let's see here. Exiled Stalker. It's an advanced class. It's gonna be really hard to do. It looks like it's another dexterity based one. An assassin, a former Imperial assassin, their downfall and subsequent banishment from their homeland has made of them a nomadic cutthroat, killing swiftly and efficiently for nothing more than coin. What style of build do I enjoy playing in these games? I am your typical strength fan, especially when I can parry. If it's like Lies of P, you build up, I forget what it's called. Basically, you build up or break down their poise with parry. So I don't know if it's like that. But I like strength builds. I might dabble into some of the Radiant, but I need to actually look that up and see what that looks like. Because I don't want to put stats into something that I'm going to be unhappy with, and I don't know if the game will let you restat. A fervent worshipper of a deer who has sworn to see the natural order finally restored and humanity's one true god returned to his rightful place as their ruler. A high-risk class relying on proficiency in Inferno. So this is just a cleric of the demon. You're basically going to be the bad guy. And this is your condemned. This is the equivalent to your wretch. You have next to nothing. Everything is 9. A wretched prisoner who has suffered indescribable torments. Whether there was ever any truth in their guilty or not, a class for those who would rage at fate and throttle adversity with unflinching blood-soaked hands. Pick at your own risk. So, we are gonna go this route. We'll go this route. Naturally, it's the best, yeah. I wish I could access the settings and turn down the volume. Alright, let's just... We're gonna make it a little bit bulkier. Go right about here. What makes going condemned so good? It's not good. The only major benefit of going condemned or wretch or any of the others is that you have more stat blocks in your control. All the other ones already have assigned base limits to make them what they are. Like the strength class, there's already a bunch of points in strength. Dexterity, bunch of points in dex. Those points will stay there and you can't change them. So if you want more authority and control over where your stats block, you have to go condemned or wretch. But you have the drawback is you'll have a harder, earlier time in the game. Yeah, it allows you more flexibility with the game. Mechanically, it's the best for your flexibility. You can toy around with it. I think it's the best because it's funny. Let's fix the head here. Look like an old man. Yeah, I spiritually could be an old man. I need to be able to actually see his face. Goodness. It was not like this before. If I had to take a guess... Let's see here. Hair, facial hair, fine tune. Age. That's why we're old age. We don't want that. Young. Middle. Old. We're not middle. Face texture. At least they've given you a lot more options than in Dark Souls 1, 2, you know, all those. I don't want to reset all these settings. Let's see here. So what does this do? This... Okay. We'll go right here. Eyes, nose. This one's probably the best. Ears. There we go. Okay, I'm liking this one a little bit. No. His lips stick out so much. They get shot in the mouth like that. He's really got like puffy cheekbones. Or puffy cheeks. Maybe that one. That was fine. New eye color. We gotta change that. Yeah. That's really red. Work on this hue a little bit. Kind of hard to make out intensity. Definitely hard to really tell, but I guess that doesn't really matter. Once we find a helmet. Just the right kind of beard. Huh. Um. This one. Look at this one. Dude looks sick of everyone's shit. he looks so unimpressed with everyone. A balanced but challenging journey through Mornseed for would-be crusaders. Veteran, the ultimate trial of skill, hardship, and endurance only for the most courageous of crusaders. So I heard in terms of difficulty for this game is that it's easier than a Souls-like game, or Soulsborne. It's easier than Elden Ring at the legacy level. So we're going to just bump that up to veteran. We're just gonna jump into it. Suitable for those who have already mastered the standard path or simply glutton for punishment. Bosses strike harder and faster with quicker transitions, new attack patterns, and unrelenting combo enemies. Enemies are more aggressive with faster recovery, reduced cooldowns, and unpredictable behavior. A fitting reward for those who triumph. And these are also game modifiers that, it's kind of like Halo if you've played that. It just lets you pick a bunch of basically harder ways to actually play the game. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need a good weapon right away.
Lo, the latest receiver of his grace. Great potential dwells within you, doubtless, for you to be chosen thusly. And so does Aureus' wisdom guide my hand in the bestowment of this subsequent boon.
Who's Aureus?
Your flesh has been made sacrosanct with the mark of the Dark Crusaders. Prove yourself worthy of this gift. Seek me in the bowels of the bridge. Our work is of the greatest import.
Okay. Okay. Moon's Judgment. What even am I wielding? Is this a bucket? I am literally wielding a bucket? Okay. Okay. A broken bucket likely used as a weapon purely out of desperation. You think? I have a throwing rock. A head cage forced upon one who endured much suffering. Although the facial tattooing, which was once a prevalent punishment in many of the continent's regions, were never implemented in Morstead, that didn't prevent the kingdom's authority from experimenting with other forms of retribution. Okay. We'll take the little bit of armor we do have. I kind of like how this looks, to be honest. But I will need a better weapon. So that's going to be the big priority. Finding a decent weapon. I already switched out my controls on the 1 hour playtest I did earlier. Okay, so parrying is going to be a problem. Burn resistance bomb. So I'm going to assume that is good against fire. Once I get somewhere safe, I'll check out all these things. Actually, I'll just check it out now. Inventory. A bomb that cures burn and provides temporary increased resistance against burn attacks. So what this does is it's a lamp that lets you look into the umbral, which to me, my understanding is that it's like the umbral is an undead location. And if you shine in certain spots, you can actually go into this undead location. There's like 2 actual maps. There's the map that you see, and then there's the map that you find. Grants 200 increase your infernal radiance, you gain further insight. Gains 200 vigor. So I think this is a health item. I'm not entirely sure. This is like your flask. I wish I could see the lamp. I'd like to look at that, check that out a bit more. So this is important just to check. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, too late now. My bucket is faster than their hooks. I have a wooden cross. Minor fire salts. I don't think a wooden cross is that much better. At least this time I got some drops. Unlike the 1 hour experiment, I didn't get any weapon drops. So you'll always want to be checking out things. There you go. And then you see that in the top right corner. When you kill enemies, that's basically like soul fragments, shards, whatever. That's how you level up. You get that just like any other Souls-born, Souls-like game. killing enemies. Oh! Just drop kicked him? I don't quite remember how the lamp works. I still was trying to figure that out. Nothing with this. What's this? What does X do? Oh! Oh. Okay, this is not what I want. And to go into Umbral, you have to go up some of your HP. So what we want to do is try and open this door. An Umbral entity prevents your progress. So what you're going to do is find this Umbral entity. And then go into the Umbral. You see how this works? So it's bare to us, but in the Umbral, using the light, it's open. And if you check out my health bar, anytime like you see that white on your health bar, it means that you can regain your health without expending a healing factor. It's like the Souls of P variation of it. Ooh. Phenomenal. I want to say... Why is that? I think last time I did this, it wasn't even an issue. Yeah. Oh. Am I in the wrong location? Yeah, I don't think I'll survive that if I fall. I think I won't. Looks like someone died down there too. Okay, I can't go any other way. It must be... It must be that way. This is probably a terrible idea. But I can't tell anything else. Oh, I had to be in the umbral, I wonder. But I couldn't turn around and go back. See how your health bar goes up? Let's see. I think that just lets you collect a bunch of these soul-like things. Okay, that's the way we came. I think the longer you spend in here, there's a chance that you're going to be tracked down and killed by something, but I don't quite... I don't quite remember. Saintly Quintessence. Quintess? Increase your Inferno to gain further insight. So this is basically like your fire grease from Elden Ring. You can coat your weapon with it. Increase your Inferno ratings resistance. A 10 of powder providing increased defense against withering. Okay. I think withering happens in here because you're in the undead realm. I would not consider this a place you would want to be for too long. I don't quite remember this drop-down attack. There you go. Ooh. Oh, I can too. Oh. I got 2 buckets? We'll just stay with 1. Yeah, so you get, it looks like you just get more. Oh, that's how that works. Ow. Looks like I can just stagger them. Just climb up. What is this? So I got 2,000 to spend. And now we go into the next part.